One may think that Europe is made up of mostly expensive countries, where expensive rental prices are the norm. However, the reality of European nations is quite different. While some countries are indeed expensive, others are surprisingly affordable. Here's a list of the cheapest countries to live in Europe, and why these countries are the best places to live. 10. Latvia. Latvia is a green country on the northern coast of Europe. It's one of the cheapest places to live in developed Europe. Latvia boasts diverse top sectors, with many work opportunities for expats, especially in international industries related to exports. Riga, the capital of Latvia, is a charming city. The cost of living in Europe is rarely dirt cheap, but Riga offers much of the quaint romance of Western Europe at a lower cost, and without the madness of some Western European countries. The food prices can be quite cheap. Even some of the city's better restaurants offer business lunches for as little as €5, which come complete with coffee, tea, or sometimes even wine. Monthly rent for a 900 square foot apartment in a normal area is $500. 9. Belarus. Belarus is an Eastern European country that borders Poland, the Ukraine, and Russia. Its major industries include metal cutting machines, tractors, and trucks. With about $450 in monthly estimated expenses, plus about $440 in monthly rent for a one-bedroom apartment in the center of Minsk, a single person can live comfortably on under $1,000 a month. But monthly rent for an 85 square meter or 900 square foot furnished accommodation in a normal area is only $340. The food can be really cheap. Usually, Belarusian national cuisine is inexpensive, even in restaurants. Just $7 for a basic lunchtime menu in the business district. Living in Belarus means life in a laid-back and pleasant atmosphere. However, most of the services are still developing. 8. The Czech Republic. The Czech Republic is a cheap place to live in Europe. This European country borders Germany, Austria, and Poland, and has a population of 10.6 million. However, if you travel away from Prague, the country offers excellent real estate bargains and a pretty low cost of living. There are many picturesque towns in the Czech Republic, and you can get great real estate bargains on the countryside, as foreigners and Czechs prefer to move to Prague. The standards of living in the Czech Republic are comparable to those of Germany, for half of the price. With around $800 per month, you will be able to cover all of your basic costs in the country. It is also a great place for beer lovers, and for those seeking a nightlife or outdoor activities. 7. Slovakia. Slovakia is not as cheap as Bulgaria, Romania, or Hungary, but it does offer better values than most of the rest of Europe. Plus, you get the advantage of feeling like a pioneer. Here, you can eat well, drink well, and find plenty of sights to marvel over at a fraction of the cost of the countries to the west. You can get a big multi-course lunch and a glass or two of good wine for less than $10. Slovakia can offer to nationals and expats free education and healthcare systems, as well as an efficient infrastructure. Thanks to the rise in living standards and fall in unemployment, Working in Slovakia is gaining in popularity with expats. 6. Poland. Poland has one of the higher local purchasing powers of the cheapest countries. Any incomes earned locally will go further, especially with the country's lower prices on groceries and consumer goods. Poland is slowly becoming a hotspot for international travelers and expats. The big cities are very modern and have all the Western amenities you could need, but at half the price you'd spend in Germany. Teaching is an option, but there are also a whole set of professional service job opportunities to be found that can pay very well. Rent for a one-bedroom apartment starts at around $350, and a meal out at an inexpensive restaurant is only around $5. 5. Hungary. One of the most thriving and best developed countries in Central and Eastern Europe, Hungary represents a top destination for expats and tourists around the world. Hungary is certainly one of the best countries to live in Europe, even if it wouldn't be quite cheap to live there. The monthly budget per person in Budapest starts from $700 per month to cover all expenses. Real estate prices are picking up in the central districts of Budapest, and a budget of $1,000 is enough to live on in one of these areas. If you get into smaller towns, you can get a large house for that money. But the major urban areas are, of course, where jobs are more plentiful for expats hoping to work in Hungary. 4. Bulgaria. Bulgaria, one of the oldest countries in Europe, is situated in Southeast Europe. It is one of the cheapest countries in Europe to live in, and has quickly become a favorite among travelers. The Bulgarian people are some of the friendliest in Europe. With $1,000, you can have a better standard of living than the average person living in countries such as Switzerland, Austria, and Germany. This money will be enough for you to rent a one-bedroom apartment, buy quality food, to go out with friends for a drink or to eat something, to buy clothes, and to go out to the cinema regularly. Teaching English and tourism jobs are popular jobs there. 3. Romania. Romania is another country in Eastern Europe that offers great opportunities for expats. It has a diverse economy, which includes self-employed businesses, fast-growing startups, and high-income job opportunities. The country has delicious cuisine, a pretty affordable cost of living, and an unmatched natural beauty. The budget for a single person in Romania starts from $600 to cover all of his expenses. It is also easy to get a residence permit in Romania, even if you are not a European citizen. 2. Ukraine. Ukraine is another Eastern European nation, situated next to Russia and the Black Sea. About 44.4 million people live in the Ukraine, whose industries include coal, electric power, chemicals, and more. More than 45% of expats say that the cost of living is extremely affordable in Ukraine. Local incomes are still low, which gives it one of the lowest purchasing powers of the cheapest countries. Monthly rent for an apartment in a normal area is $350. 1. Georgia. Georgia is a hidden gem that some people may not have heard of. With a famous wine region and sandy beaches along the Black Sea, the country offers stunning landscapes, a rich culture, and very affordable living. From $500 per month, you can already live in Georgia. However, anything above $1,000 in Georgia will grant you a great lifestyle. The average net monthly salary in the country's capital is just $300. Apart from its very low overall cost of living, the country has one of the most relaxed residence permit policies in Europe. With a very low investment and a company formation, you will be able to become a full-time resident of Georgia.